Chris Bowling,
Respire.
how are you?
Good, CB.
We've got a fun topic that you came up with, access to childcare in the workplace and
Yeah.
how parents are struggling with what to do with my kid when I'm working all day.
Yeah. I think you and I experienced that a lot with our own teams during COVID, where we
Oh,
had, the ability for families to work from home, but now they're schooling from home. They're trying to take care of young ones. Childcare was closed. I mean, I think it totally disrupted so many households and probably shifted how they work as a dual household or dual income now post COVID. This topic really came up. We've got some clients that are trying to figure out how do we solve that problem. If we've got employees driving 20, 30 miles to come to work at a manufacturing facility or at a warehouse, how do we help them make sure that their kids have access to childcare, because there's a definite shortage.
yes.
And Lindsay's background was writing grants for early childhood education for an organization. So we've been able to keep in touch with some of those contacts. And there are organizations, at least through Illinois, Iowa, that are helping not only families find placement for childcare, but also helping employers think through, can we build out or can we sponsor a specific childcare facility or a room in a facility that would be dedicated to our employees and their families. And I think it's another step forward in making a benefit package fit what you need as an employer.
Game changer.
Yeah.
I mean, we can once again talk about our own situations. We were fortunate that when our children needed daycare, Carrie
Yeah.
worked at the hospital, and to this point, the hospital had their own daycare, and
Yeah.
it was phenomenal. I mean, to be able to drop your kids off and literally walk down the hall, and you're at work.
Yeah.
When the day's over, you don't have to worry about school's out. What do I do with them for 2 hours or 3 hours or
Yeah.
whatever that looks like? It was open, I think, 14 hours a day. It was
Right.
such a nice.
Well, this came up specifically with a client that's got multiple shifts and they've got spouses that work there as well. So it's not like some cases they can take care of the child by overlapping their shifts, but you think about that situation. If one could bring the child could stay at the work site at that facility, the other one could take them back, how much more that would help them from a family standpoint. So I think it's just another topic that we're hearing. How do we solve this? And it's not for every employer, because that's not a need in every industry, but certainly become more of a topic this year.
Are there vendors out there that you're seeing yet, kind of like on-site near site clinic, or we just haven't gotten there yet?
Yes and no. I think that with the right funding, I think it all comes back to this. Can an employer afford or finance the entire facility for their employees? So that is some research that needs to be done.
Sure.
But also, if they're in a certain community where that facility is, can they co-op in with other employers and say, we want to have these 3 classrooms, or we want to have these 3 centers dedicated to these employees? But I think what's really come out of this, because just like a near site health clinic is a heavy lift, they're starting to offer more vouchers to then be able to apply to childcare. So whether that's an in-home provider or a community provider or the YMCA, something along those lines, where we're giving you this resource financially to help you cover the cost so that you can bring your children somewhere that's already established. And we, the employer, don't have to be responsible for keeping the whole thing open.
Really neat. Great topic. I feel for any worker parent trying to manage daycare. I mean, I don't know how we did it. We had 3, and
Yeah.
and COVID was a whole nother thing. I don't know how anybody got through COVID with kids.
Oh, it totally changed it. So just, as we're talking so much to the HR professionals that are hopefully watching this, just think about that. Is there a way you can be creative within your community to help your employees and their families? And it's not health insurance. It's not insurance at all. It is truly just a benefit to make the workplace a better place for them.
Great topic, Meyer. Love it.
Absolutely. Thanks, sir.
All right, we'll see you.
Yep. Bye-bye.